Hello everyone, it's Rusty Nail here again, and I'm here with you this time to do a show and tell. Norbert has asked me and some others to do segments on show and tell of particular models that we've done, dioramas, scratch builds, kit bashing, or whatever, and to just kind of go into a little bit of detail on what we did and why we did it, and mainly what it was for. This particular little scene was made for a certain contest I was involved in, and the backstory of this piece was involving a little girl named Amy Grane. And basically the story goes, she was in a car accident with her family. All her family was killed except her. She went to move in with her grandmother, which she did, and live with her. Her uncle, which was her dad's brother and her grandmother's son, got out of prison. He was in there for very bad things. He took a liking to little Amy, and in the process of not doing nice things, he murdered her. So she came back from the grave to seek her revenge, and as you can see, that's just exactly what she done. Okay, so that's the backstory. So let's get into the model. This particular model was put out some years back by, I think, a company called German Garage Kits or something like that. Anyway, they put out a series of kits about, you know, people coming out of the grave or from the grave, or zombies or ghosts. One was a man coming out of a tomb, and another one was called Rambling Rose. It was a woman walking across her grave, really creepy. And then there was this one. They all, like I said, had to do with some creepy graveyard thing. Anyway, there wasn't a whole lot of kit bashing on this. I did some modifications on the little bear there. Repositioned him. I put some fur on him, took one of his eyes out, made another eye. What I did with her is there was some parts of her hair that were not really well sculpted, and I sculpted them in this area, well, right in there. Right in there, it was kind of smooth. So I kind of resculpted some of that. Come around here, I resculpted it right in there. Not resculpted, I just added some texture. And then right in here, the sculpture was kind of smooth, soft. So I went in there and retextured that. On the tombstone, I don't think I've... Oh! On the tombstone, what I did is there was some leaves scattered throughout here. They were sculpted on this thing, and I removed them. I didn't like them there. I removed them. Looking back, I should have put some leaves on here, and I may still do that. Put some leaves on this. This tree is basically a branch that I found, and what I did is from about here down, here down, in this area right in here, I sculpted a trunk, lower trunk, and in here goes down in through here. I sculpted all that. I used some of the base that come with the original kit, but I sanded most of it off. It had some sculpted grass that was up and through here and everywhere. Sanded all that, chopped it all off, and then I sculpted some more groundwork. I mean, that's no big deal. Anyone can do that, but I did that, reshaped that. This here, I basically sculpted all that. It was a basic little form I found in a little plant diorama that my mom had years back, and I stole it as a kid, and I used it years later. Being a pack rat helps. Anyway, that's that. So the piece, I wanted to invoke some creepiness with her and the hand or the arm, whatever, of her uncle, but also wanted to kind of maintain some normalcy, and you know, to where the creepiness kind of meets not beauty but normalcy, and just kind of have those things playing off of each other. This tree here, when I created it, I wanted it to look creepy but not dead, so that's why it has looking a little life to it. This area right in here, I sculpted. This is part of the real tree. This part is part of the real tree. I sculpted from here over here, coming back around this way, from here to here, sculpted, and this part here is the regular tree. But what I did is at the attachment points, I screwed them in and attached them and sculpted around it. You can kind of tell right there. I didn't really do a good job of feathering that in on that one. You know, but hey, live and learn. With her, I think I probably could have made this red area here white. That would have given off a more ghostly appearance instead of more, she kind of looks like a zombie now, but more of a ghostly appearance. But then again, like I said, you live and learn. Here in the eye area, right in here, I probably could have gone a little more in depth. Maybe made her eye milky instead of black. After I got done, I looked at her and I was like, oh, it's the little girl from The Ring. Great. Copied it. Didn't really plan on doing that, but I guess that's what I did. I added some little increments here of dirt and grass and stuff. And so I went throughout here adding my own little touches of stuff I found out in the yard. This is static grass. This gate, or I'm sorry, fence here is from a dollhouse set. It's metal. So what I did is I used the stuff called Blacken It that railroaders use. You can't get it anymore, but there is some stuff that's like it, and you dip the metal stuff in there, and it makes it tarnished and it can rust. The longer you leave it in there, the more rusty it gets. So that's what I did. If I had to do it all over again, I would probably make the little fence thicker. I might double up on individual pieces and make them one, so it's a little thicker, a little more in scale. I'm trying to think anything else here. Just giving you a good go around of it. That's right, I did resculpt the uncle's hand right in here in this area right here. Repositioned the fingers, made that a bone, repositioned the fingers and the whole arm itself, and sculpted some areas right in here because I couldn't get her to hold it right. It didn't look right. So, and even now I look at it and I'm like, that should be trailing behind her instead of in front of her, but whatever. So we'll give her a good go around one more time. I think that's all the goodies I can tell you about. Hopefully we can provide some pictures of the in progress shots. I didn't win the contest that it was in. There was lots of awesome models there. That was in 2017. They did the same contest 2018. There were even greater stuff there. But the most important thing I did was have fun. I had a blast doing this. And even more important than that, I learned a tremendous amount of stuff in the process of doing this. And I don't do a lot of this kind of kit bashing or dioramas. I've always appreciated that stuff a tremendous amount, and my hat goes off to the many people that do this kind of stuff on a regular basis. And that's why I said I've learned a lot. And a lot of what I learned is the appreciation of what goes into this stuff, the planning, all the work that goes into it that people don't realize who don't do this very often. that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed looking at what I did and the final product. And I appreciate you tuning in to Resin Maniacs, of course, and always watching what Norbert has to offer. And stay tuned. There's going to be other people doing some show and tell of their wonderful work, and I look forward to seeing that myself. And as always, thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more goodies. This is Rusty Nail signing off. Take care.